Hello, hello, hello. I think I hear an echo now. Do you hear an echo, Dr. Destiny? Welcome in.
I don't hear one at the moment. You sound clear. How do I sound?
Okay. Oh, it's good now. So, welcome in. Thank you for being here, everyone that's on the replay, everyone that's coming into the chat. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Today, our special guest, Dr. Destiny, and I have a special treat for you.
Oh my goodness. Can't wait.
We are going to be talking about freedom. And I want you, as you hear this word, I want you to think about freedom. What does freedom mean to you? Because when you think of freedom, there's so many levels to it. There's so many types of freedom. For instance, our ancestors were caught in slavery. And when they became free from the shackles, the physical shackles, that was freedom to us at that point in time. Now, moving forward in 2022, what is freedom for you as a descendant of an ancestor that was enslaved or whatever your country might be? Because, Dr. Destiny, as I was doing some of my shorts to highlight the concept of freedom, someone said to me, there's a lot of women in different countries that are not free to do certain things. They don't have freedom with their body, they don't have freedom of speech, and not just women, men as well in certain countries. So it got me to thinking, oh my gosh, this person is so right. That wasn't the freedom that I was even thinking about, but it just made me realize, oh my gosh, it's so spot on. Freedom is such a broad topic. So what would you like to cover today? Which segment of freedom? What kind of freedom would you like to speak about today, Dr. Destiny? And before you do that, please just tell everybody what you're all about, what your channel is about, and where they can contact you. Introduce yourself.
Well, hello everyone. Well, my name is Dr. Destiny, and my YouTube channel is Destiny Forever Walks PhD. And I am a certified holistic health coach, a nutritionist, also am a motivator speaker. And what I do is I teaches my clients, I teaches people about the whole man, being their entire whole being, which is the mind, the body, and the soul. Here on my channel, I encourage, I empower, I motivate, and I inspire people to become their best and better self, the best version of whom they were created to be. So that is a little bit about who I am. So today I'm here, I'm going to talk about freedom. The question has been asked so many times, what is freedom? And are we really free? Well, this is what I always talk to Charline about. Yes, freedom. Freedom, it starts here in the mind. Where is your mind? How do you think? What are your thoughts? And when you talk about the mindset, that covers everything. It covers everything. And today I'm going to go through some of those things and we're going to talk about it. Okay? So, first of all, I don't know if Charlene's coming back up here or not. But anyway, let me continue. I know many times we have asked ourselves, or we have said to ourselves, I don't have a choice. Or you may have heard other people say, I don't have a choice. But let me tell you, people, we all have choices. We all have that right to choose. Now, I'm going to explain that to you because a lot of people say, well, what if I am enslaved or I am being held captive? Then how can I have a choice when someone have that power over me? It's in the mind, people. You keep that mind positive. You keep your mind open and you keep telling yourself that you are free. So we're going to talk about that. We do have choices. And today I'm going to use some scriptures because when I go into the Bible and I talks about scriptures in the Bible, I use that as my blueprint to my higher, greater self because the Bible really, it shows you your consciousness, your higher state consciousness, okay? So we all do have choices. We have that choice, people, even if we are doing something or even if we are not doing anything at all. But the Bible does tell us to choose you this day whom or what you want to serve. So let's talk about choices. We have that choice. Now I know, like Charlene was talking about, that a lot of times that we have been enslaved, our ancestors were enslaved. Okay. Now you probably say, okay, well, they were enslaved and they were prisoner. They were in captivity. Sure. But you gotta have a positive mind, because even though today, if you are entrapped, enslaved, or held against your own will, if you have that in your mind that I am not who they define or saying who I am free, regardless of the situation that I'm in, regardless of the surroundings that I'm in, or who is being holding me in captive. They can't take that out of my mind. I'm free in my mind. And I use this example when talk about being enslaved. When Sir Joiner Truth, we all know who she was. She did the underroad railroad. Okay, well, she was born into slavery. Because she was born into slavery, she always kept her mind open that I am not a slave. Even though there were prisoners, there were she was in captivity, she was living in that environment all the time. She kept in her mind, I'm not a slave. You have to keep in your mind that you're not a slave. In every moment, every chance that she got to make herself free from that place, she was building a pathway to get herself out of that. But if, like a lot of other slaves, they came enslaved because they came broken to the confinements, the restrictions, and they gave into it. So when you give your power over to anything or anyone, then you lose who you are. You lose that freedom. And another
Absolutely.
example, yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
I agree. Dr. Destiny, I want to just kind of restate what you just said because I wanted to touch the people that are listening to this either now or later.
Uh-huh.
The freedom is within you. Even though she was born into slavery, she did not allow that situation to make her believe that this is it. She
Mhm.
saw something better. She saw freedom and she took charge. And that's what you need to do in your life today. If you feel like you're not living the life that feels free and liberating to you, and your spirit is calling for more, it's telling you you
Mhm.
can do more, it doesn't matter what your situation look like. You can press forward. Because let me tell you, as far as I know, the slavery that our ancestors went through was one of the worst type of slaveries against
Right.
humanity. It was the worst of the worst of the worst. Slavery existed before that type of slavery, but it
Mhm.
wasn't like that. People weren't beaten and killed and tortured, and all their rights were taken away. But the right to take control of your own mind, baby, that's powerful and that's beautiful. I'm so glad you brought that up. Before we move forward, I just want to welcome everyone in that's in the chat today. We're talking with the beautiful Dr. Destiny, who is going to enlighten us about freedom and what it means to be free and some of the things that you can do to gain or maintain your freedom. And I want you to think about it. What does freedom mean to you? Because for every individual, I don't know if you agree with me, but for every individual, it may be different. Your concept of freedom might be different from mine. Like for me, my freedom might be just being able to drive
Mhm.
myself somewhere. That's liberating. And for some people, that's like, whatever. I don't need to drive. That's not freedom to me. So think about what freedom means to you, and you could share that in the chat. Welcome in, Cool Gamer, I'm sorry, Angela. Sorry, I'm so sorry, sis. Welcome in, beautiful. Thank you for being here. Bill of Vibes TV, you were early. Thank you for coming through. K Plus Staffing, that's my staffing company, guys. After this, we're gonna do a quick, there's like a 3 4 minutes video over there. We're just gonna do a grade over there. It's a premiere based on how you can prepare for resumes. I'm sorry, prepare for interviews. Quick interview tips. One Love Renovations. Welcome in, Queen Sunshine. I love that name. Welcome in, beautiful. And if I missed anyone in the chat, listen, I'm so sorry. I'm still getting used to looking at the chat as we talk. Welcome in, King K. Thank you for being here. K Plus Gaming. Love, love, love to everyone. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Now let's continue this conversation with Dr. Destiny. Go on, my beautiful sister.
Yes, like I said, we do, Charlene, we do have a choice. freedom. Like I said, you got to keep that in your mind that you are not what people say you are. But like you were saying earlier, in this world, we have so many movements for the cause of freedom. Now, let me tell you this, freedom is a deep need in this world, and it's a deep need for every one of us. But true freedom is what I want to get to today. I want to talk about that true freedom. And what true freedom is something that we all been searching for centuries. We all have wanted for centuries. But true freedom, my people, it is spiritual. You gotta remember that. True freedom is spiritual. Now, what does that mean, Dr. Destiny? That means identifying and taking support from that which is permanent, that which exists, and to what that is eternal. That's something you need to understand. My people, listen. This is why I say that we live two lives. We live a life in our thoughts, and then we live our second life in our experiences at the present moment. Now, listen to this. We can only live in the present moment. We can't go back to the past. The past is over. That is something done. We shut the door on that. We cannot run ahead and try to go into our future because the future, yes, it has been predestinated before the foundation of the world, but our future is yet not unfolded. So we can only live in the present moment. That is where you're going to find your peace. That is where you're going to find your freedom. So, my people, remember that, as I said, we live in our thoughts and we live in the experiences of our present moment. Now, true freedom is this, it comes as our life and our thoughts and our experiences of the present moment predominates. So, what does that mean? Well, when you predominate anything, my people, that becomes the strongest force. That becomes an element that is so strong that it's greater in number. So, true freedom, it has to come through learning how to balance your life, how to balance those thoughts, and even the present moment that you're living in. Now, freedom is this, it's the presence of peace and is the absence of fear. What is fear? We'll always use this acronym. Fear, FEAR, false evidence appearing real. Now, if anything is appearing to be something, that means that it is not real. So a lot of times we fear and we hold back because we are afraid, but we're allowing that fear to dominate our lives and our thinking. So we got to go back to the mindset. Now, also, people, listen, silence and stillness, that's the balance of our thoughts. But it cannot be known through your thoughts, nor can it be known through your words. The only way that it can be known, people, is by experiencing them. You got to experience anything to really know what is true, what is real, whether you are free from it or not. You got to experience it. So, true freedom, then, it's about having fear of thoughts. Sometimes we just talk too much. We're talking about every and anything, and we're giving out negative energy into the universe. Anytime we send out anything negative or whether it's positive, believe me, the universe is going to send it back to you. But we talk, some people just talk all the time. And they thinking that I need to talk so I can get my voice out there, but you're saying all kinds of negative things, things that's going to destroy your life, things that's going to break you. And you making yourself come to that place where you're going to return into that state of being bound into captivity by your own thoughts. That's why the Bible said we have to renew our minds daily. Every day we got to continue to renew our mind because our ego is always telling us and trying to define us and telling us who we are. But you got to know who you are. And you got to guard your words. Every time you open your mouth, you need to know what you're saying. So, people, let me tell you, true freedom, it's about having fear thoughts. Because, like I said, sometimes we can talk ourselves into a place where we take away our freedom because we're saying the wrong things. We're thinking the wrong things. We're sending out those negative vibes and everything. So sometimes it's good to stop and
Yep,
listen.
absolutely. I love what you're saying, and I hope everyone is taking that in. Let's just take a moment to breathe on what Dr. Destiny said. And I'm asking you to breathe because when you breathe on something, when you breathe it in, it gets deeper into your subconscious mind. Now, she said, mindset. Your mindset. I'm sorry if I was looking over there. I was looking at the chat. Your mindset is what can make you free or not free. So
Right.
let's take a moment to just breathe in on that. And as you say that, say, I am free to myself. You could even type it in the chat. I am free. Even if you don't feel it in this moment and you know what you want to be free from, already start feeling that vibration of freedom. So I am free. Let's breathe. I am free. Yes, I'm free to be me. I am free to be who I am. Listen to me. You are so right, Dr. Destiny. You can rob yourself from being free because of the words that you say and the way that you think. So
Hmm.
that tells me that you have to be aware of your thoughts. Pay attention to what you're thinking. Pay attention to those negative Patties or negative Debbie or Debbie Downer talks that might come at you and say, oh, but you can't get that, or you can't do that, or you failed before. What makes you think you could do it now? Address it. I'm not saying ignore those talks because you have to address it. You have to talk with it. You have to speak to it. You have to speak above it and let that talk know, listen, that's not my higher self. That's not who I truly am. I am what I say I am, and I say I am free. I'm saying I can have what I desire. I am wealthy. I am whatever it is that I am is such a powerful,
Hmm.
powerful sentence. I am. So if you want to be healthy, I am healthy. Don't say I'm not well, I'm not feeling good, I'm in pain. Even if you feel it, declare what you want with your words. Your words are powerful. Dr. Destiny, thank you for dropping so much truth. Thank you for dropping so much powerful energy on this. I appreciate you, sis. Go right on. And you know I'm going to keep chiming in as you
That's
say
okay.
powerful
Just
things.
chime in, just chime in. You help me out here. So like I said, people always thinking that I gotta have a voice in every single thing, and you running around talking, but you're not listening to what you're saying. So, however, though, many people believe that freedom is gained by putting ever more of those words out there, or those thoughts out there, those things that come through their head, because they feel like I gotta express my feelings, I gotta express my thoughts, and I gotta express my emotions. Watch your words. Watch your words and what you're saying, because your words is sent, like I said, out into the universe. The universe is going to get your words, and whether your words are negative, people, or whether they are positive, you're going to get back that return. So, as you say, karma, you reap what you sow. You're going to get back those things. So, be careful with the words that you're using. Be careful with how you're expressing yourself, and especially how you talk about yourself. Do not be negative about yourself. Like Charlene said, I am is a powerful word. Only you can make your own I am. Can't nobody be a I am for you. You say I am, and behind that comes everything that it fits you. So talk less and listen. And you speak those words that's gonna bring you to that place where you know that who the sun set free is free. You are free, but it has to start here in your mindset. Some people learn to talk less, learn to talk just by sometimes just talk according to how the creator he wants us to be able to listen. He said, he that has an ear, let him hear what the spirit is saying. So sometimes you gotta listen for that spirit, that voice to lead and guide you. So what happens when you're constantly always running your mouth and always talking and putting out that negative energy into the universe? People, all those negative feelings, those emotions, those negative vibes, they become actual barriers. They become the prison that you confine yourself to. They become the walls that enclose you from establishing or having or gaining the freedom that you so long. So we want to achieve that freedom. So let's learn to get our mind Get our mind right, people. We got to get our mind right. So what happens is that when you start glimpsing the absence of your thoughts, then you're going to diminish your glimpses as irrelevant to gaining your freedom. And we always claim and declare, I want to be free. So people, let me say this. The absence of your thoughts, like I said, it dismisses your glimpses, which are irrelevant to gaining that freedom. Because your glimpses do not match up with any of the feelings that you are expressing. They're not matching up with the words that you are saying or even your emotions. Now they are all hidden and your reality is no longer revealed. It cannot be revealed because you do not become one with the universe. You do not become conscious. You have to come to that place of consciousness. And you do not have that power that he already has given you. He said, I give you power. He give you power over everything. But what happened? We give back our power because a lot of times we give ourselves up and yield to the things that other people say or other people doing to us. Like
Oh
I
my
said,
gosh.
you can't be
Yes.
bound, you can't be in captivity, you can't be in all those places, but that ain't you. Keep the mind open, keep that mind free. You tell yourself, I am free. And you gotta believe it. But every chance, don't sit around and think because you're speaking it, you gotta be making a path toward and making that thing a reality. Because I'm coming out of this. But you don't let people know what you're planning on. Don't let them know what you plan on doing. You make a plan. Like I said, Sir Jonah Troop, she was captive. But in her mindset, she know one day I'm gonna be free. She had 11 children that was born into slavery. When
Wow.
she started to build that underground railroad, she escaped with one of her little babies in her arm. And the thing that she did, once she got free, she didn't go out there and say, Hallelujah, I am free indeed. She had to come back and make a way back to help somebody else. And you got to remember that. You are
Yeah,
not out here in this world all an island by yourself. When you make yourself free, you come back and you help somebody else up. You help somebody else to that place of freedom. And that's what she did. So,
absolutely. Yeah, we live in a world that teaches us it's all about me. And some people,
mhm,
because we always feel like we have to compete with each other.
yes,
It took me, especially in the business world that I'm so fascinated with and I'm passionate about. But in my deals of doing insurance sales and stuff, it felt more like you're competing. If I heard somebody else is doing life insurance, I was like, oh my gosh, now I got a competition. Instead
mhm,
of my first initial thought being, what, how could I collaborate with this person, teach them what I know, learn from what they know, and just help each other grow. Like I could give everybody in the world life insurance. You know what I mean? It's just a thing that we're programmed to believe that it's just about us. And I'm like, no, that's not who I am. I'm a selfless person. I care about other people earning a living too. So it's not just about me. And not everybody might think like me. You may come across people who might still be in that vibration of, okay, it's all about me and these kind of things. But don't let that stop you from being true to who you are, which is a loving, caring, giving being. Collaboration is the way. Let me tell you. If I was selfish and not thinking about collaboration, Dr. Destiny and I would not be giving our 2 cents together here
right.
on ways that we can be free and giving our stories and our journey. No. And you get more when you collaborate. It's such a beautiful spirit. Ubuntu. I
Hmm,
love the Ubuntu energy. So I love when my Africanness and that love for all just comes out versus the westernized type of thinking where it's, capitalism and it's all about me. I'm not saying capitalism is all bad. To me, in my opinion, just to get off topic just for a little bit, each type of society has its own pros and cons. So if you could take the best out of each type of society, you might get a society that's, workable, that everybody is prosperous. So anyway, Dr. Destiny, I just want to
yes, ma'am.
say thank you so much again for being here and for sharing your knowledge with us. Everyone, Dr. Destiny's channel link is in the description section. Please go ahead and connect with her. She's always sharing beautiful information on how to stay healthy, stay encouraged. She's very positive and uplifting. She's a genius when it comes to living well. And I admire her so much. This is my soul sister. You know, I could talk to Dr. Destiny about so many different topics, and she's always there with me, writing with me. I connect with her in such a beautiful way, you know. She truly is my sister, and I am so honored to have her here.
I'm,
And
I'm honored to be here.
yes, yes, it's definitely my pleasure. And, you know, I just want to touch again on something that you said earlier about the mindset and the words that you use. You say, some people say, I want to be free. And saying I want to be free is not saying I am free. Recognize the difference and use the power in your words. Like Dr. Destiny says, there's power in us. We have that God given power. And a lot of us, I don't want to say we've lost our power because it's always there. We're just not aware of it. So become aware of your power, whatever your process is, whatever your evolutionary journey is on discovering your power. It lies in knowing who you are. And part of knowing who you are is understanding your ancestors. And your ancestors are in your DNA. So all you got to do is relax, like Dr. Destiny says. Be quiet. Go within. Meditate. Whatever's your process, swimming, exercising, Qigong, Tai Chi. There's so many ways that you can tune in to who you are and liberate your mind. Because when your mind is liberated to the point where you know who you are and you stand true in who you are, man, you're unstoppable. You truly are. And I know, Dr. Destiny, I don't know about you, but for me, sometimes it's not always easy to stand in myself because of all the years of, okay, I was always myself, but I wasn't always myself 100%, if that makes sense to you. Or for anyone in the chat, I don't know if you could relate to that. You know, you might want to tell your mom, okay, mommy, I know you like to see my hair up, but I like having my hair out, like whatever. It's my hair, my life. This is what I vibe with. You know, something simple like that. But I haven't always had the courage to stand in my truth. So if you're feeling like that, you're in the borderline of finding your truth and your strength and your power, now might not be a great time to be around people. Now might be the time to nurture yourself, nurture who you are, find out who you are, and imagine different scenarios where people are coming at you or coming to you or speaking to you a certain way. And you want to stand in your truth, then imagine beforehand what you might say and how you might say it. Because I always believe in speaking with love, but speaking my truth. Because my mission is not to offend people. Because I don't know how you feel about this, Dr. Destiny, because let's say, for instance, you and I, let's say we were on a lower vibration, or one of us are on a lower vibration and the other is a higher vibration, right? I'm not better than you, you're not better than me. But the vibration frequency is different. So you might be coming at me, hey, girl, you're this, and I didn't like how you looked last night. You look terrible. And I could just simply say, you know, thank you for your perspective and your opinion, but I'm okay with that. Your opinion is really none of my concern. I appreciate it, but I like the way I look and I was comfortable with it. But thanks for the feedback. And you just let it go. But if you're also in a low vibration and you're still not in your truth and your comfort, you might take that like, oh my God, I didn't look good. Or, oh my gosh, now I have beef with Dr. Destiny now. Like, girl, you can't tell me how to dress. You know, and I'm saying all this to say conflicts. That's how conflicts start.
Right,
If you're not standing in your truth lovingly and strongly, that's how conflicts start because they're spitting this at you, and now you're getting on their vibration instead of standing where you already are. So I'm just saying that to say, stand in your truth, stand in your freedom.
right.
All right, Dr. Destiny, continue, my beautiful sister.
Yes, I really understand everything you're saying. Like I said, you gotta stand in your truth. You gotta stand. You gotta know who you are, and you cannot let anyone define you. Okay, but getting back talking about true freedom. Now, our capacity for true freedom is proportional, and it's proportional to a degree of consciousness. You got to understand that. But this is what this all leads to. You got to learn to trust yourself. You got to learn to trust your logic. So, how could you experience the absence of your thoughts if they don't match the words or your feelings? Or if the absence of your thoughts, it cannot be described. If the absence of your thoughts cannot be contained or even conveyed with the words and the thoughts that you're feeling or expressing. See, your experience of freedom can never match words. They can never match your feelings. So I want you to remember that through your own eyes, people, that's how you learn. You learn through your eyes by knowing what the moon looks like, knowing what things around you, your environment looks like. That's how we all learn. We learn through our eyes. How can you learn through the eyes of someone else? That can never happen. People, in the same way that you learn what the moon looks like and everything around you looks like, then that's the same way that true freedom has to look for you. You have to make sure that you know that you're seeing freedom through your eyes and not someone else because they cannot be free for you. You got to be free in that mind, I said, or you free totally, completely in your own power. Like Charline said, you standing up for what you know, what you believe in. So, in that same way, I said, as you learn through your eyes, then you're going to learn what freedom looks like for yourself. And that's when you're going to learn to trust yourself. That's when you're going to learn to trust what you see. Now, I always say this, that freedom, I'm going to repeat this again. Freedom is the absence of your thoughts and being present. It cannot be known through your thoughts. It cannot be known through your words. It cannot be known through your feelings or even your emotions. It only can be known by experiencing them. That's when we learn the lessons, when we experience things, when we go through those things. You learn those lessons. Those lessons become a story for your testimonies. Then you can tell somebody, hey, I went through this. I'm free from that. I'm free from that, you know? So we have to experience things. What you do is you navigate your way to freedom on your own. And you learn to trust yourself when you do this. You got to learn to trust yourself. And once the absence of your thoughts become more established in your life, then you may notice that at times that the present seems eternal. And for you now, guess what? You are now living those truths. That's what Charline was talking about. You got to know your own truths. You got to know when everything else now begins to diminish, the past is no longer holding me in bounds. Now I'm being out there on my own, speaking my truth. I'm feeling my real and authentic self. Then you know that now the present, it seems eternal. And you now have stepped into your true self. That's freedom, people.
Yes. And for me, it feels like rebirth. I don't know if you had that experience, Dr. Destiny, but it feels like you're born again. It's like a
Again,
new you. It's just, so, oh my gosh, it's a beautiful feeling when you get to that. I'm free. I'm me. And I don't give a two hoots what anybody thinks. My only thing is, I always remember the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So,
right,
I like to be honest. I like to be kind and considerate of others and just be me. You know what I mean? And sometimes you might have to say a harsh word or two, but I always try to find the most loving way to say what I have to say because my intention is never really to hurt another or to cause pain. And if I
right,
do hurt someone unintentionally, I always pray that that hurt can be transmuted into something that would benefit them. Because sometimes we grow through our pains. That's just the truth.
right.
Let me just welcome in Mary. Thanks for being here, my sister. J. Cool. Everyone else that's coming in. I think I said hello to the king already. And there were a few other people that I probably missed. Oh, Big Daddy Bear Gaming, welcome in, my brother. Hey. Leo Gang is in the house. And Rudy, welcome in. Thank you all for being here. Guys, we have merch on sale and I have some new designs out. So please go check it out. Thank you so much for all your support. Shout out to my member in the chat, K Plus Gaming Corner. He is new to YouTube, guys, so please go over and show some support. He has about 3 videos out now. So please go over and support. You know how we do. It's all about love for each other here. If you're not a member yet and you'd like to know what the perks are, you can check out the membership perks video because I don't want to take up time on this beautiful live to talk about that when you could just go over to that video and just check it out. After this, we're just going to go to my other channel, K Plus Staffing, and we're just going to do a raid. I'm working on growing that channel now. It's just focus on helping people to get their resume right, to get their interview right, and to also attract companies that are looking to hire. We can help you find employees that are suitable for your company. It's not just about finding people. We want the right people to help you grow because we know what it is to have the right people in our corner. That's it. Let's continue to talk about freedom, freedom, freedom for our sons and daughters. Yes.
Okay. So that question again, what is freedom? Are you really free? So only true freedom can be infinite. You got to remember that. Only true freedom can be infinite. Bondage cannot be limitless. Only true freedom, people, can be limitless. And this is just not genetics or any ideals I'm putting out there on you. This is the truth, people. Now, in terms of life experiences, don't waste your time talking about something or thinking about freedom or even the ultimate. Just go out there and do it like Nike said. Step into your greatness. Step into your power. Step into who you know that you were created to be. So just go out there and make it happen. Take that quantum leap of faith out of being feeling like you are in prison or you knowing that you're in the captivity. Take a quantum leap of faith. Trust in the divine higher power. He said, who the Son set free is free indeed. Are you free? Only you
Yes.
can answer that question for yourself. Make sure your mind has to be renewed every single day. Now, let me say this, the body is a limitation, the mind is a limitation. Your emotions, they all are limitations. But guess what? They are also possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
There are possibilities because when you got your mindset clear, your mindset is continuing to elevate. You're going to always be looking for the next place to move into a higher, greater place. So people say, there are always possibilities. What you doing about it? So look at
Absolutely.
where you are right now. Look at what binds you, what is holding you back, what is stopping you from moving to your greater higher self. Stop now and take a look around at your own life. Look at what binds you and see how you can transcend from that place. See how you can make that change and go into a greater, better place where you know you need to be. And when you can do that, people, that is growth. That is growth. That is freedom. That is absolutely true freedom. And you can only have that through your mindset. Let this mind be in you, which was also in the divine higher power. You got to have that mindset, people. Your mind has to be programmed that you are your best self. You speak those affirmations. I am powerful. I am great. I am the next person that's going to be whatever you are. That's
Yes.
what you become. So as you
That's
think within your heart, that's what you're going to become. If
that's
you
right.
think that you're a slave, you're going to become a slave. If you think that you'll never be free, you'll never be free. You have to
Absolutely.
have a freedom mindset. Yes, Charlene. Yes. Go ahead.
Yes, man, I just love the fire that's coming out of you right now. This is beautiful. And guys, I encourage you to go ahead and type that into the chat. I am whatever it is you want to be. I'm an ambassador. I am freedom. I am wise. I am healthy. I'm strong. I can do whatever it is I set my mind to do it. Napoleon Hill said this, and he said it so well. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe,
Right.
the mind can achieve. That's the kind of seed that's within you. You have to nurture your seed, you have to water your seed, you have to expose yourself to the sunlight, meaning put yourself around the people or within that energy of the frequency that will allow that seed to flourish. You
Sometimes you
are
gotta stir the
powerful.
flame. You gotta stir the flame sometimes. You gotta stir the little flame
Yes.
that's coming out. Just wave, fan it till it comes back.
Yes. That's right. So let that freedom energy stir within you. Type in the chat now, I am free. I am free. Type it in the chat. I am free. Let's get it going. Now, as you do that, Dr. Destiny, you continue on ahead, sis. Thank you so much. This is great.
Now, like I said, we have to have that. I'm gonna keep repeating this because this is a whole thing about this whole topic. You gotta have a free mindset. Now, even talking about whatever that you choose in life, the choices are yours. You can be free in that thing because, like I said, well, I'm not healthy. I'm not doing this. I'm not eating the foods that I need to be. Well, whose choice is that? There are foods out there in those stores, in those markets. When you write that list and you choose to pick out all those unhealthy foods that is not good for your body, that is your choice. The store has given you all types of foods, all different brands, everything that you can choose from being healthy to being the worst kind of food. But you go out there and you pick up those foods. No, that is your choice. Then you chose to stay in that mentality of being in a state of not being whole or wholesome, not being healthy. So you have to have a freedom mindset. Free enough to get out there, people, and you got to try some new things. Be a daredevil. Take the bull by his horn. Having that confidence to take a different road. Don't always go running behind other people. I got to follow behind them because that person may not be free. That person could be leading you to the worst place that you've ever been in your life. Be a daredevil and go out there and you make your own path. Leave your own mark. Stop trailing behind people and walking in their path. Because that person that's in front of you and you fall behind, that person may not be free at all. Oh, Charlie, go ahead, Charlie.
Oh, sorry, I was still on mute for a second there. Oh my gosh. Welcome in live. Welcome in Uniquely Lavish. Thank you guys for being here. And welcome in to my sister, Orinthia Sampson, always there supporting me. I love you, girl. Mwah. Yes, yes, yes. So today we're talking with Dr. Destiny on the topic freedom. Are you free? Can you answer that question in the chat? What are you doing to declare your freedom? Jasmine Walker, welcome in. She said, "Hi, Dr. Destiny. Welcome in. Thank
That's
you
my
all for
daughter.
being here." Oh, oh,
She's
you
a
have
doctor.
a beautiful
She's
mama.
a
Thank
doctor
you for
too.
sharing her.
Yeah,
Oh, another doctor. Yes.
she's Dr. Jasmine. Hi, Jasmine. I love you, baby. Thank you for coming here.
Thank you for sharing your mom with us. Your mom is my sister. She's such a beautiful soul. And if you're her seed, I know you're beautiful too. So welcome in and thank you for being here. So Dr. Destiny said so many beautiful things. And I want you to write some of those things down, whether you do it in the chat or privately in your own notes. Write down some of the things you said. If you have to come back to this video at a later time just to get some of those nuggets, because she said a lot of great things in the beginning, come back and write it down, vibe with it, breathe on it, meditate on it. Dr. Destiny is filled with so much wisdom. It's such a blessing to hear her share these thoughts on freedom with us. Now, I just want to focus a little bit of freedom to be yourself because for me, that's so important. A lot of us are copycats out here, and let's be honest. And it starts from the time we're in school. You want to
Mhm.
be like somebody else, or you don't fit in with somebody else. And let me tell you, if there's any young child listening out there, teenagers, you don't have to be like anybody else. It's okay to be the weirdo or the strange one. Be
That's
true to
right.
who you are. And sometimes that takes strength and it takes courage. You might not have the same experiences like the other teenagers do, but it's okay. Be happy with who you are. You're not here to be like anybody else. How boring the world would be if we all were alike, right, Dr. Destiny?
Boring.
Yeah, dull. Like, no. I'm
Dog.
yeah, we can create from each other. We can be inspired by each
Right.
other and what we're doing. But I'm inspired by things Dr. Destiny does, and she's probably inspired by things that I do. But
I
we don't,
am.
yeah, we don't have to be the same and be allowing to others. This is so important. Just as you want people to accept you for who you are and give you the
That's it.
freedom and the space to be you, do the
Mm-hmm.
same thing.
Exactly.
Allow people to be who they are. Even if in your mind you might initially think, oh shoot, what is she doing? This is so weird. I don't know. You don't have to speak on it. Just learn to be accepted. You're going to be a better person for it, because that's something that I'm working on, and it's been a process because we've been so conditioned to, okay,
Right.
people have to dress a certain way, people have to look a certain way or eat a certain way. It doesn't have to be like that. Allow people to be who they are, because you see, when you're
Right.
true to yourself and you allow others to be true to themselves, that's the birth of true evolution.
That's right.
I said something earlier that made me go, you know what? Yes, I feel this. When there's freedom, there's evolution.
Right.
Because people are free to be who they are. They can truly evolve into that beautiful rose or
Right.
whatever type of flower they're meant to be. If you're not allowed, you swindle, and it tells on your health. If you cannot express, it tells on your physical health. And God knows a lot of us are unhealthy because we don't have that free breath. So take a breath with me right now. Take a breath of freedom. Just think about who you are or who you want to be, who you're working on becoming right now. And just breathe that in before we go into the last segment with Dr. Destiny. I'm free.
Okay. Mm.
Be proud of who you are, sweetheart, honey, darling, child, king, queen, emperor, empress, cleaner, whatever you are, and you feel proud and you feel like that's your destiny or that's who you truly are. Be proud. Don't care about feeling weird. I don't care anymore. My son tells me I'm weird. And I said, that's okay. Thank you, honey.
Right.
Thank you. Welcome in, Face of Reality. Thanks for being here. Oh, your daughter, she said, of course, you're the best. I agree, she is.
Thanks.
Don't forget,
Oh.
I have new merch up, guys. Go ahead and check it out. Check it out. Check it out. I didn't upgrade the background of the store yet, so the colors are still pretty bright, like me. But I hope you love it and give me some feedback on some of the new products that I put out. Each product is designed with the empowerment of healing, like Dr. Destiny was talking about words. These words that I put on there, I put with the energy of
Mhm.
healing. Some of it say I'm healed or I'm always well, because truly our real self, we're always well. We're
Exactly.
always well. We just are not aware of it a lot of times. That's why we feel and experience these illnesses in our bodies. And it's
Right.
all in the mind. So my mission with my merch is to help us to just understand that we're healed and we're free. We're free. We're free. We're free. I'm getting tongue twisted. So go ahead, Dr. Destiny. Continue on with freedom, sis.
And I agree with you totally. Like I said, be you. Be different. You are unique. We all are different. And like I said, we had everybody the same. Boring, right? Boring, boring. So be a daredevil and you take that new road, try new things, do something that nobody else never had the power, the courage to do. But you step into it and do it. Because if you are getting in your own way, guess what? There's nothing I can say to you. There's nothing that no one else can say to you. And there's nothing that you can say to yourself because guess what? You already hung yourself by believing in your low vibrational thoughts. So people can say this. If you don't work on that mindset, then the inside you, that's what's on the inside. It all starts with the inside. If you don't work on that mindset, people, I'm gonna tell you, then you will never, or nothing in your life will never move for you, and nothing's never going to change.
You
Because
said
nothing's
nothing but the truth. Yep.
never
It
going to
starts
change.
in the mind.
It starts in the
Everything
mind.
starts in the mind.
Mhm.
And the mind, keep in mind, the mind is not something that's in your head. Your mind is all over you. It's in every part of your body, your cells, your DNA. Your mind is it's everything. Your heart, your organs, all of your organs. It's all connected. But we got so accustomed to saying the mind and point to our heads, but it's more than that. Your mind is in
All over.
everything.
Hmm.
It's all over you. So imagine the power of that, and it's invisible as well. So the invisible part of you is more than the physical part of you. So imagine how much power you truly have when you think about the invisible realm, the unseen. There's so much there to explore that you don't even know that exists. It's just so amazing to me.
You already done took the words out of my mouth because like I said we seen because I was just going to say, it all starts in that mindset. Like I said, if you don't get that mindset right, whatever, it's all over you. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's going to move and nothing's going to change. And that particular mindset, like I said, that is what I call freedom all over me. It's in every area, it's in
And
every corner of my life. That's freedom all over me.
I
That's freedom.
love that. I'm gonna say that freedom
Freedom
all
all
over
over me.
me.
And that's what that was my next thought before you came in and you spoke it for me.
Listen, we
Freedom
have a synergy.
all over.
Yes.
We have that kind of energy. So
Yeah.
that's freedom. I've always called that's freedom on me. I'm not just free here. I'm free every place in my mind, my body, in every area of my life. I am free because I choose to take that freedom wherever I go. I don't care where I am. I'm free because I am free. I have been set free. I received that. So
Amen.
one thing that gets in our way is those limited beliefs. And those limited beliefs, they're all based in fear. And freedom is based in what? Hope, exploration, and
Mm-hmm.
curiosity. Now, when I
Yeah.
say that freedom is based on that, because it's hope is something I know is out there, it's something better than where I am, and it's something
Yeah.
greater beyond this. And I'm going to keep hoping. As I hope, I'm moving to find that place. I'm getting to that place. As I say, exploration, because I'm always exploring, always looking for the next adventure, the next thing to happen. I know it's a possibility. It can happen. So you're always exploring. When I talk about the curiosity, because my mind say, I got the right to ask. I can ask and I can keep in questioning things. That freedom is based, is on our mindset. And we have these limiting beliefs. And they are based in fear. We got to get rid of that fear, that false evidence appearing real. It's not there, people. It's not there. You gotta step beyond that. You got to become free in your mind. Like I said, nobody can make you free but you yourself. I don't care how many times they try to bind you to something. Your mindset, keep it open. Now, these beliefs, people, these stories that we have, all these things we have about ourselves and what we are, and we can't do this, and we never will make it, we never will be anything. People, we got to expose these kind of conversations. We got to face this kind of stuff. We got to stand up to it. We got to denounce it and tell them, no, that's not me. And then we got to release it so we can truly level ourselves up, so we can level up in our lives before we can walk into that place of true freedom. And if you want to walk in true freedom, you got to come on, get on band with me and Charline, because we are walking into our total, absolute freedom. True freedom is all about healing people, and it's about change. If you have not healed your circumstances, your situations, your pain, your grief, and all the things you have been in bondage to all your life, then you'll never be free. Your life can never change, because true freedom is about healing and change. And there are many things that can stop us and prevent us as individuals from moving forward. And only you can allow that. It's because how you're thinking, how you're seeing things. And there are so many obstacles that can stand in our way and keep us from moving forward. Things could be like drugs, depression, sex addiction, booze, pornography, or financial problems, unhealthy relationships, tons of them. The list is endless, people. So, what are you allowing to hold you back? What obstacles are you allowing to keep you from getting over that hurdle into your greater, higher self, your best version of who you were created, to that place of freedom where He has called you out of darkness? He has called you into that marvelous light. What are you allowing to hold you back? But I'm going to tell you, all these things that I just announced, people, all these things I just said, they all under the mind, the mindset. Even though you may be chained or you may be bound to something or even caged on the outside, but it won't be able to hold you in captivity as long as you stay free in that mind, as long as you stay unchained in your mind. And use this example about the wild stallion, the horse. The wild horse is out there. He's in the environment. He's open. He's free. He's running. He's doing everything that he wants to do. When they capture that wild horse and they bring him in and they put a fence around him, what are he going to do? He used to being free. So he's going to break that fence. He's going to kick the fence. He's going to jump the fence, whatever. But then they whoop him. They beat him. They cause him to be bound to that environment. He lose that state of mind where he was once free, and now he become captured. You can take the fence away from him, and he will stay right there. He will never again go. We can't be that way. We can't be
You're
that way. We
absolutely
gotta
right.
be like Sojourner Truth. You can whoop me, beat me, enslave me, and tie me on out here on this plantation, but I'm free in here. And every moment and chance I'm getting, I'm looking. I'm going down under the ground. I'm building myself a railroad. I'm coming out of this. You gotta come out of
That's
this.
right. That's right. You got to know that you know that you know that you know you're going to get what you say you're going to get. There's power in the words, man. Man,
That's
Dr.
powerful.
Destiny, I'm loving the fire that you're coming out with right now. This is fire. Oh my gosh. Welcome in, Tay Weezy. Thank you for being here, my brother. There was somebody else that just came in. Welcome in. Oh, Mistress V. I didn't see when you slipped in here. Thank you for being here, sis. And for everyone that's been sharing and giving the thumbs up, I appreciate you. Thank you so, so much. Today we're talking about freedom. If you missed the first part of this discussion, you need to go back, come with your notepads at this time. If you have any questions, we have about 5 minutes left. If you have any questions that you want to ask Dr. Destiny or I, please go ahead and drop it in the chat. After this, we're going to my other channel, K Plus Staffing, where we're sharing tips on how to interview well. So, if there's any questions, go ahead and drop it. In the meantime, Dr. Destiny, if there's anything else that you would love to share, please go ahead and share.
There is so much that I can say on this topic, but I want people to really get the most important thing. Your mind has to be free. You have to renew your mind every single day. Sometimes I don't care how many times during the day, because that ego is going to bring up all this negativity. That ego is going to wants to keep you entrapped into your lower state of consciousness. The ego will tell you lies. It will define you. It will set you up to the point where you start believing the lies yourself. Then you're going to start believing those lies. You lose your power. You lose your freedom. You lose your authenticity. You lose your identity. You lose yourself. Then you become confined and you begin to become a slave to everything and anything that comes up to you and say jump. All you say is how high, and you will do it. So
So true.
I'm just going to say this right quick. True freedom, it starts in the mind, regardless of your surroundings. And I told you how Sojourner Truth and about the wild horse. I don't care where you are, where your surroundings are. It has to start in your mind, people. So if you think like a slave, then
Hmm.
you're going to be a slave.
Hmm.
That choice is forever yours. But transformation is possible. It is possible because nobody's taking that from you. Because who gave it to you? It was nobody around that you can say, well, he defined me or she defined me. He told me what I am, what I couldn't do. The creator, divine higher power gave you that freedom. He that the Son set free. He said, free indeed. So, what is freedom to you? Are you really free? Have you got that mindset in that place where your mind has been renewed every day to believe the things that He had already told you that you are? You are awesome. You are your greatest higher self. You are the best version that He created you to be. You have been created to succeed in life. You are phenomenal. You are everything that you say that you are. You can become it, whether it's good or whether it's great. The choice is yours, people. But
Absolutely.
transformation is possible, and it can happen when you let go of that slave mentality thinking and you open up to embrace that true freedom. Suppressing it is not the way to go. Suppressing it and holding it in is not the way to handle that kind of life. You got to speak it out. You got to scream it to the rooftop. And you got to start believing that I am free. I'm free indeed. And freedom begins, and people, it ends in your hearts and it ends in your mind. And that's what we got to do. And you got to start working on that. If you're not, you got to start working on that, and you got to stop letting people define you. I don't care if you're on your jobs or wherever you may be, and your boss or you're trying to be your slave master or whatever, you are free in here. I'm at this place, but I'm working my way out of here so I can be where I know I need to be, my free, true self. And that's it. Just stay free. Stay free in your mind and whatever you choose in life. The choice is yours. You have choices, and I want you to know that. So do that, and you will find yourself at that place of evolution, that place of enlightenment, that place where the Bible talks about he that the Son set free is free indeed. They're talking about the Christ consciousness, your Christ consciousness.
Ooh, girl, that's a whole nother topic. The Christ
And
consciousness. That's
the
such a
Christ consciousness.
beautiful, ooh, powerful.
And
Yes.
that's a topic I can go deep into, but I'm not because
Girl, I know. You
you
know what? You're making me feel like we need to schedule that because that is such a deep, misunderstood topic.
misunderstood. Christ
Ooh,
consciousness
girl.
is just that spiritual awareness of
Mm-hmm.
who you can be. That was using the example that's already called Jesus. But we had to go to that cross. He had to go through some things. He had went through that.
Mm.
We got to go through some things so we can go into that place of enlightenment. That's your Christ consciousness state, your higher, greater self. And I'm done with all that. So that's a whole nother topic. So Charlie, I thank you so much for allowing me on your platform, and I appreciate you so much, and I love you with all my heart. You always motivate me. You always inspire me. And you are my soul sister. You are the one that I found that was closest to where I am. And anyone else on this YouTube platform. So I appreciate you so much.
Oh,
And
I
thank you.
appreciate you so much too. Thank you. It was such an honor to have you, and I feel like everything you've been saying it speaks to me, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't know if Dr. Destiny's gonna have time, but I feel like there's more like that Christ consciousness in particular is
Right.
something that needs to be explored because it's so misunderstood. Like, I'm just
So,
gonna share this real quick, but I didn't even know growing up in Christianity, I didn't even know that the word Christ was a title. I thought it was a name. I
it's
had
kind of
to look outside of Christianity to find certain truth. I didn't even know the history of Christianity. But anyway, that's a whole nother
right.
topic.
Oh, no topic.
Yes, yes. So thank you everyone for coming.
Thank
We're
y'all.
about to end, and we're just gonna go over to K Plus Staffing, my other channel, and we're gonna raid their well my my 3 minutes is a 3 minutes video. So I asked you to just come over there and give some support. The link to that is in a pinned comment above. If it's not there, then I apologize, but it should be in a pinned comment. Yep, it's there. So just click on that and I'll meet you over there. Everyone, thank you. Thank you so much. Live in your freedom, live in your truth. Dr. Destiny, honor to you, respect, love, and thank you so much. My free sister.
Free. My free sister. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Free to
You're
be
so beautiful, soul.
me.
Love
Love
you,
you.
girl.
Love
Mhm.
everybody. Take
Love
care.
everybody.
Live
See
in your
y'all
truth,
later. Yes. Bye bye.